It's time now for our chart of the day. Americans saying they need at least $1 million to retire comfortably, but most don't believe that they will actually meet that goal. Millennials predicting that they will need to accumulate $1.3 million, according to a new retirement survey from investment manager Schroders. But less than 30% think that they will hit that target. Older workers are even more pessimistic. They guess that it's going to take about $1.1 million for a comfortable retirement, but only 21% foresee hitting that benchmark here. I am in that millennial cohort. I got a lot of work to do here, but a lot of time I have guessed relative to some of the boomers that are out there.
Well, there are kind of two interesting things about this survey. There's, first of all, the fact that people are just like picking this number.
Yes.
I don't know if it's based on any actual...
Where an advisor is pointing
they have done, right, or if they've done sort of a calculator of what they'll need for retirement, or if they're just sort of picking a number out of the air. So that, to me, is the first sort of interesting thing about it. The second thing is knowing that, or believing that they're not going to make that number, but not necessarily doing anything about it, or maybe even not being able to do anything about it. I mean, most retirement experts will say you should max out the contributions to your 401k if you are fortunate enough to have a 401k.
Right.
But that barring that, you should make any kind of minimum contribution to the 401k if you can. You know, so it's like, can you spend less now in order to have more to spend later? It's a difficult thing to do.
Right. In 401k, the time period that it was established, 1978, that became kind of the benchmark of what you had to save up to retire. And so if you're layering on everything from the cost of living or the inflation in so many different parts of how that retirement figure would be determined later on, then perhaps you work your way for us millennials up to $1.3 million somehow to be comfortable. But again, it's whatever your own comfortability of living, you know, everything that goes into that, what that golden picture of you retiring looks like.
Yeah, there's so many relative parts of this report.
Yeah.
It's hard to know what to do with it on an actionable basis, except put money away. If you start putting money away, if you haven't started already in some form, whether it's 401k or something else.
All right.
Yeah.